Mr. Speaker, as most of you know, I will not be running in the upcoming fall election. So tonight I will be saying goodbye to all my colleagues in this House of all sides. It's hard to say goodbye to fellow workers, to a job or a career that you really enjoy. Retirement. This isn't my first kick at the can. Over 50 years in public service have been very rewarding to me. And I'm ending it now. I don't really know, I'm not sure yet. I was blessed to be born in a great country and a prosperous province, Alberta. Life has been good to me. For me to give back was just natural. I am a second-generation Ukrainian who grew up on a farm near Chipman, Alberta. After graduation, I joined the RCMP in April of 1968. I took a train, headed to Regina to be a Mountie. I think like most of the farm boys did back in the 1960s. It was a good choice for me. I served 35 years, had 9 posting, 5 detachment commands. I went from a constable to a staff sergeant and finished my career in the city of Fort St. John in BC. Fort St. John is a great community in northern British Columbia. Sorry, I'm getting emotional for a moment. I met my first wife, Stephanie, in 1968. We had 2 daughters, Kim and Susan. Stephanie was with me throughout my service, losing her to cancer the last month after I retired. In 2002, municipal politics called me. I was elected to council, and 3 years later, re-elected as the mayor. This was a great place to learn about politics. And I think it's the best politics. In 2004, I married Nancy, my current wife, who has been my strongest constituent, my right arm, my advisor, and my critic. She loves politics. She gave me so much time, love, and support. Nancy and I decided to move from BC to Edison, Alberta in 2011. I was home again. My stepdaughter, Summer, her spouse, Brad, with grandchildren Kaylin, Jadessa, Braden, Tyler, live there. They live there today. We built a new home on the McLeod River, just outside of Edison, to retire. Keep hearing that word, eh? But then we met Rob Merrifield, who was the member of Parliament for Yellowhead.
Oh, I know that guy.
The next thing I knew, he asked me to join his EDA. Then I ended up being president. I never could say no. I've got to learn that one day. In the fall of 2014, Rob called me on a Sunday. Hey, Jim, put together a special EDA meeting for tomorrow at 6 p.m. Why, Rob? I can't tell you. Okay. Oh, I want to meet with you and Nancy at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon before the meeting. Why, Rob? Can't tell you. Jesus, was I confused? Boy, I was. EDA president not telling me nothing, have to phone everybody. At 4 p.m. the next day, Rob and his beautiful wife, Brenda, met with Nancy and me. And Rob told me, I'm retiring. Well, when? Immediately. Nancy and I said, what? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Rob replied, Jim, I think you should run. I spoke to Prime Minister Harper. I think you'll be a great person. It'll be a great honor for you to serve as federal MP for Yellowhead. I said, no, I can't. I mean, look at me, I'm older. No, he said, you're great. You got lots of experience. I said, well, how long do I need before I make up my mind? 2 hours. I want to tell the EDA. Well, 45 days later, I was MP for Yellowhead riding.
Here.
I was so proud to serve the Yellowhead riding. I want to thank all of my supporters in Yellowhead for electing me in 2014 and again in 2015. What a year. 2 elections, opening an office in Ottawa, and an office in Edison. I remember that first week in Ottawa when I was walked down the corridor here by the Prime Minister, being sworn in. Administration gave me a set of keys. It says, your office is 301 Justice. Where's that? Down the hill? Okay. You meet with finance. You can only spend this. You can't spend that. Be careful. Hire someone to work in your office. Where do I find? We'll look around. You'll find somebody. Oh, by the way, you're on the immigration committee. It's on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Make sure you're there tomorrow. Goodbye and good luck. How many of that happened to us? Us. That was day one. From there, you learn as you go. And I love challenges. But I gotta say, guys, gals, thank God the men's washroom is across the hall from 301 Justice. In politics, time quickly flies. I have flown back and forth about 100 times. I have spent around 800 days on the Hill, and approximately 1,000 days in Yellowhead riding, and 15 hours every weekend transitioning back and forth between here and there. Will I miss it? You bet. It has been an honor to serve my riding of Yellowhead again, my province of Alberta, and my country. Hear, hear. The friendships we develop here from all parties, I will always cherish. The people Nancy and I met in our riding, the friendships we made, such great people. Yellowhead riding is large, 77,000 square kilometers, half it used to be yours.
Yeah, it did.
As an MP, I could not have represented this great riding if it were not for my staff in Edison. I was lucky. Rob's staff stayed on, Jude, Annette, and Teresa, when I was first elected. Jude, if you're listening, you were the nerve center of the riding. The type of person that knows everyone, everything. What a great help. Thank you to the staffers that are there today, Annette, Marcia, and Sandra. And to those that have moved on, Amy, Sylvie, and Jude. In Ottawa, I was lucky. I hired Jeanette. What a find. What a knowledgeable staffer. You trained me. You guided me. You kept me in line. That's difficult. Your knowledge and wisdom on the Hill is awesome. Thank you. Through you, I became so much better. I hired you as an employee, but I consider you a friend. Thank you. To Jamin, a former staffer in my Ottawa office, and to Voldemir, who's there now, thank you for your service to me and the Yellowhead riding. To my 4 Ukrainian interns I had during the summer, thank you, guys. To my conservative colleagues here, I've learned so much from you. It's been an honor to serve with you in the government and in opposition. The friendships we developed, I will always cherish. I will miss you, all of you. I will miss the Hill, the security people, the drivers, the people in the cafeteria, the personnel around here. I stop and talk to as many of them I can do in a possible day. I will miss my staff. I will miss my constituents. But, Mr. Speaker, I will not miss that weekly flight from riding from Ottawa to home and back. I have been so lucky. Rob Merrifield asked me to run. I have been so lucky my constituents supported me. I have been so lucky I had a great campaign team. And I have been so lucky my replacement candidate, Gerald Soroka, is a great guy, a friend, and hopefully he can have a good office, 301 Justice, after the federal election and join Prime Minister Andrew Scheer. I could not have done any of this if it wasn't for my wife, Nancy. Thank you, Beebs. I know you're listening. For traveling back and forth across the Yellowhead riding with me, helping in speeches, counseling me, campaigning, etc. You are special. You represented me so many times in the riding when I'm here in Ottawa, doing a speech for me, and all those other things. But I was getting worried because people were telling me they were starting to like you more than they liked me. You are my soulmate, a friend. Thank you so much, dear. People ask me, Jim, what are you going to do when you retire? Jesus, there's that damn word again. Retire. Well, I have my health, thank God. My whole motorhome wants to travel. My motorcycle wants to be ridden. My restoration projects are begging to be finished. My grass continues to grow. There are fish in the McLeod River that need to be caught. And my deer animals, four-legged ones, need to be fed. I have a herd of about 15 of them. But mostly, I look forward to visiting my 3 sisters, my sister-in-law, their husbands, our 4 children, spoiling our 11 grandchildren, and 1 great-granddaughter who needs to see me more. Canada is a great big country, and I'm about to hit the road, folks. Oh yes, I will go back to boring holes in the sky, enjoying the freedom of flight. Thank you.
Okay.
Great job.
That was very good.